Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. Happy Thursday. Hope your day is off to a good start. So today I wanted to share some pretty close to final thoughts, I feel like, of the Burke and Hare candles that were recently sent to me for consideration. So Burke and Hare did reach out via email and asked if I was interested in trying some of their products and then sharing my thoughts with you guys if I was interested. I took a look at their website, kind of read a little bit about the company and thought, yeah, I'm definitely interested in checking these out. So they went ahead and sent me 4 of their candles from their collection. And I have been burning them. I actually have 2 of them lit right now. I have Autumn Forever and Sleepy Hollow going. By the way, those are 2 great scents to burn together. And then the other 2 that I have are Pumpkin and Harvest Moon. So Harvest Moon, I am almost finished with. Pumpkin, I have a little bit more left of. There's a reason that I have a little bit more left of this one. We'll get to that here in a second. But I wanted to give you guys some thoughts as soon as I could, because they did provide me with a discount code. It's not an affiliate discount code or anything like that. So it's just for you if you want to save a little bit of money. I will put the information in the description box below this video. I will of course also put a link to Burke and Hare where you can shop their products. And yeah, so the discount code, however, does expire on September 15th. So I was trying to like get through these a little bit quicker so that if you guys were interested in ordering based off of my opinion, that you had time to sort of make your choices and use the code if you're interested. So, where do I get started? I think I'm gonna get started with the overall quality of the burn, because out of the 4 candles that I have here, the quality is very, very consistent across the board. This is a 100% soy formula, and you guys know how I feel about soy. It really is incredibly clean burning. I just find that I don't have as many of the issues with soy that I do with other types of waxes. So like vegetable blends, different soy blends, paraffin. Paraffin is definitely my least favorite. I find that to be the most messy. Coconut wax can be a little bit tricky sometimes. Beeswax also a little bit more tricky. But soy, I think for me, has just been an amazing performing product overall. You guys know how I feel about the Kringle soy candles. So I was really excited to test these out. And I have to tell you, the quality is fabulous. These pull out in, I would say, a pretty average amount of time for soy. Clean burn. The wax has not changed color at all. All of the wax is white. The containers are either this amber style right here, or in the case of Sleepy Hollow, the clear glass. You can see here that there is no discoloration in the wax. You do see the residue that is left on the side of the jar. Now, the residue isn't super noticeable on the amber jars, but it's there. It's just something that soy wax will do. It just, a little bit of it, like little almost beads of it, will cling to the side of the jar. I don't really have an issue with that. It's not discolored wax. It just kind of lingers there. So the wicks that Burke and Hare uses are fantastic. Now, I have been trimming them for most of the burns, but I've noticed as I've gotten, so for example, I did not trim this. Is there something on my camera lens? I think there might be. Is that a shadow? What is that? Do you guys see that? I think it's a shadow. Anyway, now, at this point, I feel like I don't have to trim the wicks anymore. But for the first few burns, I was trimming the wicks. Because of the small opening of this jar, and we'll talk about the size and what that has to do with strength and throw here in a minute. But I do use I have a Yankee Candle wick clipper thing, and that works perfectly for these. These are very sturdy wicks. and they can be a little bit difficult to cut with a pair of scissors. Wick trimmers are perfect for this type of wick. It's a very thick, sturdy, hardy wick. At first, it did form some mushroom tops and kind of curled over the top ever so slightly. I was burning these on average probably between like 4 and 5 hours. Now, this is another thing that I love about soy is I can burn it a whole lot longer than I can a lot of the other formulas. Even you guys know how I feel about Homeworx. I love them. But I can't burn those candles for more than like 2 or 3 hours without starting to have to think about like, is the wax pool getting too deep? Are my wicks gonna keel over? Are the wicks gonna peter out? You know, it happens. So I feel like these are very low maintenance type of candles, but you do for the first part apparently need to trim the wicks. But once I've gotten to this point, like the Harvest Moon, this one, I don't know, I don't even feel like I need to trim anything off of this. So I've just been lighting this ever since sort of, I guess, like the halfway point. So I don't know if that's a bonus or not. The pumpkin, I've noticed that the wick is, I don't feel like I need to trim this one either. It's just, it gets a little bit shorter, but not short to the point where it doesn't, like, you're gonna get puny wick syndrome or anything like that. It just seems to sort of like level itself out the further down it goes, I guess. I don't know if there's any science behind that, but that's what seems to be happening. Now, let's talk about the size of these candles so that we can address the strength and throw. These are, I don't remember what size these are. Are these 8 ounce? I think these might be between like 6 and 8 ounces. Does it say on the bottom? No, it does not. They give you like the usual candle warnings down here, but I believe between 6 and 8 ounces, somewhere around there probably. And they are a single wick candle. This is really the only size that Burke and Hare currently offers for their candles. They also, I think, have some smaller tins, I believe. But you are not going to get a house-filling experience out of one of these candles. I feel like that would be extremely unrealistic. Even if this was the most powerful, you know, fragrance oil combination in the world, you have some limitations. A jar of this size with 1 wick and this type of opening in terms of diameter is only going to produce so much. Also, if you are living in a more open concept home, these are probably not going to be the best bet. What I would love to see, because I love these scents. All of them are fabulous, fabulous scents. I would love to see Burke and Hare expand into larger jars. I know that that comes with a lot of like probably reformulating, you know, maybe finding different sourcing containers can be tricky, making sure that you have enough of them, being able to like have access for restocks, things like that can get tricky. So I understand that switching over to larger containers with more wicks is probably a big thing to ask of a small business, because that is what Burke and Hare really is. They are a smaller company. They're certainly very professional, and I feel like all of my experiences with them, at least in terms of email contact, has been really professional and fantastic. So, but I would love to see this company expand into different types of containers because the fragrances are so good, you guys. But the strength and throw of this style of candle in the downstairs of my house is, the strength is about a 1. Like, I have to really be sitting next to the candle. Like, if I'm sitting in my front living room in one of the chairs, I have a little end table there. If I had this sitting next to me, I would definitely smell it around me. But is it going to fill that entire space up to the ceiling, wander out of the room? No. Not for a candle of this size. So that is why I would really love to see them expand their brand a little bit more. And again, I know it's a lot to ask, but these blends are incredible, you guys. The fragrances themselves are so delicious. I'll address those really quickly here in a minute, but I wanted to really address the strength and throw. Now, here's the thing. This room here is like, it's like a normal sized bedroom, maybe slightly larger than most bedrooms, but the ceilings up here are definitely lower than they are in the downstairs of the house. These 2 candles here right now are filling this room. Like, This fills the entire room beautifully. It smells amazing in here right now. But the downstairs, unless I put them in my powder room, I really can't smell them. So currently, if you're going to invest in these candles, I think these would be great if you lived in an apartment or an older style home where the rooms are much more enclosed, where the ceilings are lower, where you don't have that more, like, I guess, early 2000s to still today, like super open concept style, right? So something definitely worth keeping in mind. If you want to try these out, think of a space where you maybe have a smaller area that you're looking to scent. These are going to be perfect for that. In this room, currently, I would rate the strength and throw of 2 of these candles going at once as like a strength of about an 8. And throw, I don't know. I mean, I haven't been out in the hallway. They could be traveling just a little bit, but in this room, it's certainly filling this space right now. So great for that. But if you have a larger, more open concept style home, I don't think in their current format, these are going to be the candles for you. Unless you're just looking to experience some different fragrances. And if you do want like a cute little candle for your reading nook, your reading corner or whatever, I think these would be perfect. But just know you're going to have to be around that area to really experience the fragrances. So, strength and throw, let's talk about the fragrances themselves. I'm going to start with my favorite. I've been nursing this one because, man, do I love this smell. This, I think, is one of my favorite pumpkin scents in years. Like, I love this blend. So this is a mix of graham, cinnamon, and buttercream. It's so good. There's pumpkin in here as well. It just smells absolutely delicious. It almost smells like a pumpkin pie with a graham cracker crust. Mwah. I've never had that, but that sounds delicious to me, and I'm thinking about giving it a whirl. This is amazing, you guys. If there was one scent that I would tell you to try out, it would be the pumpkin. Now this one is, I'm not sure if this one is released quite yet. I think the release date on this was September 1st, if I remember. So I adore this fragrance. This would be the one that I would tell you, yeah, try this. So good. My second favorite, and I burn this one a lot further. I had this in the downstairs guest bath. I love this Harvest Moon, but this is not necessarily like a fall scent to my nose. This is black tea, apricot, cedarwood, and amber. By the way, no soot on these at all. I don't know if I forgot to mention that. The apricot, the tea, the amber. I don't really get much in the way of cedarwood myself personally, but those other 3 notes, perfectly blended. Apricot first, black tea second, amber third. Perfect. Such a great bathroom scent, such a great, just soothing, just nice scent. Like, I don't know what just, like, category I would put this in. It's not, I mean, I guess it's gourmand, but the amber kind of, I don't know, the amber takes it out of that gourmand range for me a little bit, but the apricot and the black tea, definitely great, authentic, really incredible blend here, you guys. This one, so good. I would have to say, I don't know where I would go for third and fourth. I think Autumn Forever and Sleepy Hollow are kind of tied for third place, to be totally honest, scent-wise. So I'm just gonna pick up Sleepy Hollow here. This one has crisp notes of citrus rind, ripe apple, ginger, and vanilla. You know what I appreciate about this one is that the ginger doesn't overpower everything else. Not a big fan of ginger. Just, I have bad memories of ginger when I was pregnant with Stella. Horrible morning sickness. I was one of those women, and like my doctor kept telling me to eat ginger candies and all sorts of like ginger related things, and it just reminds me of being physically ill every day of my life for months. So worth it. Obviously, my kid is amazing, but oh man, pregnancy, not an easy road for me. So ginger is a tough one because, again, fragrance oftentimes will help you evoke memories, and man, does this evoke a memory for me. But the ginger is really the last thing that I smell in here. The citrus, the apple, and the vanilla really are the showstoppers here. It is It's just so pleasant. This, I think, would also make a really nice bathroom candle as well. But I've had this in my kitchen, and when I'm cooking, I can certainly smell it like around the kitchen island. It's really, really pleasant, really enjoyable, soft, pretty. And if you're someone who gets scared off by ginger, don't let the ginger scare you in this one. And then we have Autumn Forever, which is apple, clove, sage, and brown sugar. This one's really unique. The sage is definitely noticeable in here. I'm not a huge, like, I'm starting to get into more herbal type fragrances, but it's not something that I'm super heavy into. So for example, this year, I was really into the Sicilian Orange from Kringle Candle. That has a really nice herbal note to it. I think that's kind of what's helping me transition into liking that. The sage in here is very pleasant. It actually pairs quite nicely with the clove as well as the apple and the brown sugar. This is not an overly sweet scent, but this is what I would consider almost a very classic fall type scent. This one smells really high end. I feel like this is the type of blend that I could see Nest coming up with. This really, to me, smells like a Nest type of fragrance for sure. So if you want something that's a little bit more sophisticated but still has those gourmand notes in it, check out that Autumn Forever. I think you're gonna be really pleased with that. Overall, I'm gonna give these, if I had to rate them overall like an 8, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would probably give them an 8 out of 10, mostly for the blends themselves, the sophistication of the fragrances, the quality of the burn. I like the jars. I think the labels are very cute. Where I think they're missing some points for me is the fact that they really don't have a large selection of sizes to choose from. That to me is key. Candles are a big part of the ambiance in my home, but also the fragrance portion of it is super important. I really want to be able to smell my candles. Otherwise, I would just have the Illuminara candles, and I would then do just Scentsy around the whole house, right? Like, a candle is the best of both worlds. You get that beautiful illumination and mood lighting, but you also get the incredible fragrances. So that's why I keep coming back to candles and why I don't use wax melts exclusively. I really like the combination of the two that I get from candles. So 8 out of 10. I think I'm actually gonna be repurchasing the pumpkin myself because this is just such an incredible scent. I would love to see, you know what I thought would be really cute for this particular fragrance? Have you guys seen those like wooden dough bowls? A lot of people are doing candles in those dough bowls now. I think this particular fragrance in like a really nice big dough bowl would be so beautiful. I just think this would be absolutely heavenly in that format with multiple wicks just going across, and then you could have that as a centerpiece on your fall table, Thanksgiving. This is an incredible scent, and this formulation right here, I think this is it for me for like favorite pumpkin candle for the fall. I'm gonna put this up there with my beloved Harvest Leaves, my cranberry chutney from Yankee Candle. So good, so good. Must have for that one for sure. So anyway, you guys, I hope that was helpful. A big thanks to Burke and Hare for sending these out. You know, I definitely appreciate it, and I love being able to share smaller companies with you guys as well from time to time. I say no to a lot of them just because I can't get bogged down with like a ton of candles. I buy so much already from the companies that I typically gravitate towards that, and you guys know I'm on this like de-stashing stage of my life. I think that like my 43-year-old brain is like starting to break down. It's just like I can't be overwhelmed with like a ton of stuff anymore. So, but these were definitely worth checking out. And if you're in the market, you want to try something new, try something different, give Burke and Hare a try. The fragrances are beautiful, and I think you would really enjoy them, especially if you typically like a lot of the same types of fragrances that I do. So give them a go. The information will be in the description box below this video. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you're new here, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.